Welcome, everybody. I know it's been a while, but we are back with the Meatheads podcast.
Moves done. Fuck with De Niro, I got a Snyder extender clip, so who wanna play hero? Go bad shit like Ozzy, I was born in the darkness. Oh, you the wolf, so we pull up and you're harmless. So pray to
Burberry scars, shrimp and Perry on. Living like a comet, moving amongst the stars. $100,000 sports car.
And welcome everyone to the Dojo debate, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome everyone to the rebrand and premiere of the Dojo debate, where we discuss, of course, everything of New Japan, Noah, DDT. But right now, we're just talking about just New Japan as a moment. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not alone here. It's the host, Steve, is what I've been seeing with my other host, my familia, my Sandra, my all. I plead for this man. He is a man of 1,000 words, ladies and gentlemen, because he brings that words to you, because he breaks it down to you 1,000 ways, 1,000 matters, anything. He'll break it down for you, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only right here, Mr. 1,000 Words, Dan Bakley. What's going on, Bakley?
Tranquilo. What is going on, man?
Oh, man. What a night.
You should have.
Oh, man, look, everybody's here. Oh. What is going on, everybody? It wouldn't be a Dojo review without me.
Just building my ego right there with those clapping. Just building my ego.
That's right. And shout out to Tempo, folks, because he is also part of this show. He will be coming here for the next episode alongside myself and Bakley, reviewing the next couple nights. Man, we got a packed full night. Man, what can I start with? But yes, man, shout out to everybody on the chat already. We got
it's a tips. You go to Temple, man. He's got that front row seat.
Oh yeah, that's right. And of course, the Redeemer himself. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? That's right. But man, we got a lot stacking up for you guys today. It's so much. I'm telling you, it's so much shit. It's so much.
We're already 3 nights through the G1 and barely touched anything. You know, what a start to the tournament. Everybody knows this is the summer tournament of wrestling. You got the G1 Climax. We are back to the original format. We've had a couple of years where they've kind of tinkered with the format. They did 3 blocks one year. Last year, they did the infamous 4 blocks, in which Naito was the G1 Climax champion last year. He went on to Wrestle Kingdom and claimed the prize of winning the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. And now we're back to just 2 blocks of 10. We got a lot of fresh faces here. No Kazuchika Okada this year. No Hiroshi Tanahashi, El Presidente. He's taking a step back. No Tomohiro Ishii. No Taichi. Oh, my God. We got So it gave you a lot of room for new talent to blossom in this tournament. And one thing that they debuted was qualifying blocks for the last two spots on A block and B block, where they had a couple of matches, I think 3, to get into the G1, and they were won by newcomers. Bolton Oleg powered his way into the tournament, beating all of his members of the Never Openweight Tag Team Championships, beating Tanahashi on one thing, and then Toriano to get in, and then he shocked Taichi by just bulldozing through him. I never seen a guy just manhandle Taichi like he did, showcasing his new finishing combo of the F5 into the fireman's carry for the win. That's his thing now. I like seeing these guys go from young lions and then forming an identity, a look, a persona. Then, to me, the shock, which I love the most, was Callum Newman.
Yeah, we're going to get into that.
Block. And he had to beat some really good guys to get in, and he beat Yoshihashi. So that's another name that's not in the tournament now.
Yeah. We're going to get into it, folks, man. Let's get into it. We're going to, oh, man, as you can tell, you still got it, Bakery. That's right. Let's get into it, folks. It's time to get it up. Right here, folks. That's right. This is awesome. It's time to get into it, folks. It is time to get into the G1. We're going to pretty much recap overall, not everything in details, like every matchup, how we did last time when we had the New Japan show. This is more overall, which was a highlight of the night, but giving you guys what's going on. Let's start off with the night one. Of course, fantastic night one. We had about, Jesus, how many matches we had in night one, Victor? We
10
had
matches.
10 matches. And I was just like, Jesus, this is a lot of fucking matches. But, man, and this is, geez, this is a result for, I mean, we've been breaking it down for night one was, you know, pretty much for night one, I can tell you the highlight of the night for me was really, of course, Yota Tsuji and Tomosuke Takashita. That was the highlight of the match, folks. Oh my God, that was like match of the century for me right there. Top 5 of the match of the year. And also, I want to give a shout out to, of course, Gabriel Kidd with Evil. Man, I'll tell you, Jesus, the way how that was like a chair-to-chair moment between both of them. But I love how Kidd with that moonsault, like even like that suicide dive that he did when he was barely coming and everything else. It's like, oh man, Gabriel Kidd has really, really outgrown, and from a young lion to where he's at now currently, has really developed extremely very, very well. His character developed, everything has been phenomenal what he's been doing, no pun intended, AJ Styles. And, just seeing, and then, just everything overall, the expectations, I didn't expect a lot of upsets here that I was just really shocked of. But other than that, I mean, of course, the debut of Jake Lee as well. You're good to see him in the tournament. And man, that guy, he's a smart master. Man, that man is incredible. But man, just everything. What can I say, man? That matchup itself was incredible. Just all of them was really, really good, man.
I didn't realize how tall he was.
He's pretty tall. I was really shocked myself. But
for him to use the same move as Sami Zayn, the hallelujah kick, which is pretty insane with him. But that's a guy that it's all about the intellect with him, with his wrestling in these blocks. He had the shortest time of victory, beating Sonata in 4 minutes and 58 seconds, under 5 minutes, catching Sonata sleeping. So that caught me off guard. You named it, Gabe Kidd. I love seeing the transition from him But the theme of him within his matches is always going to be, is he going to be his own worst enemy with his temper and just losing it because he just lashes out. He just gets pissed off. And you see him 1 minute, you see him focused. The next minute, you see him just touring around. And then that's what happened in the match with Evil. Like, he should have won that, and he kind of dropped the ball on it and lost. And then you said it yourself, oh my God, Yota Tsuji and Takeshita, Jesus Christ. These are two, I'm putting it this way, these are two hybrids in the wrestling business. They're not cruiserweights, they're not heavyweights, they're hybrids because they can do both. And man, the ending sequence of that elbow from Takeshita to Yota Tsuji.
Oh my God!
I've never seen a guy knock out Tsuji like he did with that, followed by the slam for the victory. But they were going back to back. Like, I thought Tsuji had it with the spear, but then of course he didn't get to him in time. Those two just had chemistry, and then of course Bolton Oleg, him against Ren Narita. We saw Bolton Oleg come out in his Kazakhstanian like hat, and then the blue tights. So and his own music now. So he's full-fledged. He's there. He's made it. And a guy like Ren Narita, who likes to use the weapons, he likes to distract. He has the House of Torture vibe to him, being in House of Torture. He couldn't overstep the strength and the power of Bolton Oleg. This guy is very close to Brock Lesnar-esque.
Oh yes,
with how he is. Like, when I saw him do the F5, like I was like, oh my God. Like, that fits him so well. And it's not even his finisher. Like, he has a basic fireman's carry finisher, but like he finishes him so easy with that F5 that he just does it just to tack on to him. So it was like, he got that victory. Cal Newman. I'm a big advocate of Cal Newman. This guy, we've been talking about putting quick guys in the ring together, like guys that can run the ropes and everything. This guy might be the fastest to run the ropes in wrestling. He's so quick, so agile, and he was able to catch Shota Umino. And like, we've been talking about the injuries to Shota Umino. He had a stress fracture. He needed a month and a half to recuperate just to get it ready for in time for the G1. And I got an impression Cal Newman, he's 3 matches deep, essentially having to qualify. So he was able to catch Shota Umino with the cutter, with the Newman cutter.
With the Newman cutter, yeah.
And this guy comes out and dressed up looking like Will Ospreay. He's got the fur coat. He's got the green United Empire pants. He's got the new music now. And he is the youngest entry ever in the G1 at 21 years.
Yes, absolutely.
When you look at when you look at the guys that main evented tonight, I'm going to talk about it with Tetsuya Naito and with Shingo Takagi. They're 40 and 41. He's 19 years younger than these guys, and he's able to come in essentially as a forerunner to make a big impact in less than a year.
Mm-hmm.
So that shows how talented he is. And for him to get a victory right off the bat, it's only going to benefit him. He might only get 2 points, but he's going to be that Yoshihashi guy that puts on a good match with whoever he's in the ring with. And then I don't know where to get started with the rest of this card. Like, Naito and Shingo went 25 minutes. These are Los Inhabres de Japón bandmates. Like, from the beginning, I knew it was going to be great because Naito goes up like this, and then Shingo goes, walks back, and then they make the comment that Hiromu is on commentary and is laughing because he knows this is how you show that you're part of LIJ. You're ready to go. It doesn't matter who's in front of you. You're going to give it 110%. Man, that's what they did. This man busted out the Takagi driver 98 or 84, whatever it is.
No, it was Takagi driver 98, and that really reminded me like of a Masawa kind of moment, or that's what it kind of reminded me of when I saw like, oh my god, so dangerous. It's like I was like, oh my god, but man, we can really say that those pretty much are alongside with Hiroki Goto. We can literally say they're kind of like the last type of genre pretty much in this tournament. I still wouldn't include Zack Sabre Jr. in this yet. He's still at his prime. He's still at a young age, so he still has it in there. So I mean, in this tournament, we could literally say really is them three. I could say, I'm not gonna involve Evil or Sonata. Which, by the way, I wanted to say something about that. The Sonata one losing in less than 5 minutes to Jake Lee is what really shocked me. But this is already showing, of where New Japan is really their direction they're going with now with this new era.
Yeah.
Especially with the new, new tournament. Because, ladies and gentlemen, are listening or watching, this is a new era of New Japan. Because now they're taking their young lions who are no longer young lions, and now they're going to be the future of this. Like how Temple mentioned on the chat the names. It's there. It's really, really there, and we don't know what's going to be the future of of the veterans who are there for quite some time. We don't know if they're going to continue to be participating in these tournaments. So, but back to the main event. But shit, I did not expect Naito to lose. It was tough for me to see Naito lose, especially that he just won the IWGP Heavyweight Championship back.
Yeah,
you regained it back at Forbidden Door, and then just coming back and then losing in the first night to Shingo Takagi. But it kind of makes sense in a way because Shingo lost to Bryan Danielson, so it kind of makes up for it.
And speaking of that, he added to his repertoire from that match.
Yes, he did.
Like Shingo did. He had the elbows to the neck and then followed it up with the pumping bomber. Oh my god. That got me going. I love that combo. And it seems like that's part of his thing now. Like he used it in all of his matches so far, is that combination. And I like it. I like how he saw something from one of the matches that he was in used against him, and then he incorporated it because it fits him. Like he has that power style. But like Shingo is another hybrid. And then to think, when you look at these guys that are 40 years old, 45, like I believe Hiroki Goto's 44. Look how great. So like some of these guys are showing their age, but Shingo is not showing his age. This guy is in his prime still.
He still has it for his age.
Yeah,
I'm with you. And shout out to everybody. My bad for the banger. That's right. And shout out to Tim King and Game Breaker Sports. If you missed the AEW Dynamite watch song they had earlier, we appreciate them very much, and we love. That's familia. Keep in mind, we are the Game Breaker Sports Debate Network. We're together. We're familia. We're not nothing about none of it, And then of course we have Dango from Outrage Zone. Of course, shout out to Mr. 199 and bruv. That's right. Notorious. That's right. And Temple, our man, who is our other host here, but he'll be joining us on the next episode for sure. But like how Temple's saying here, it's like I was like, he was like 4 seats away from Gabe Kid, even when we're in the crowd. Gabe Kid is mad. Yeah,
I love that.
Oh man, Jake Lee's a smart bastard. Oh man, yes he is. I can't wait till we talk about night 2. Just giving you a few on that one. Takeshi Jeff Cobb.
Can't wait to talk about that one.
Yes, that's for sure. And already, yeah, we're gonna get into all of that, Temple. That's for sure. But once again, folks, breaking it down. So, Kurt Bolton defeating Ren Nvidia. Cal Newman defeating Shoma Umino. One thing about it I wanted to say about that match, though, is just that people, and I'm pretty sure if people are watching and listening, were expecting Umino to fucking really have, okay, he's going to win this one. Okay, he's going to win night 1. No, he did not. This man, how you mentioned, is one of the fastest in the ring for his young age doing what he's doing, and he is. Coming from a young lion and did an incredible performance on his night 1 against Shota Umino. And to defeat Umino on night one shocked the world. They even got me like, wait, what? Wait, Omino lost the first match already? Did not expect that, but that one was the unexpected match of the night for night one. That one did not expect that to happen. And then of course Hanare and Phantasmo looked like he was miserable. He was just like, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. I don't even want to be here. But not an ELP.
Like he's all like he's all upset. Like we'll get into it. Like he did commentary for night 3, but he's just doing the Tama left, Tonga left, Hikuleo just finished after we dropped the titles. He's like, I got nobody, and then Jato's like, hey, I'm right here. I'm coming out with you, and he just has that defeated mentality because he's alone again, per se. And then you can see it there, like, and then you see certain moments where he kicks into high gear, but then it's like, you got to come in confident, you got to come in aggressive, and he's not doing it. And it's like, you see why he loses, these matches. And then you come in against the guy like Hanare, you got to come in ready to go. That he's gonna plow through you. This is a guy that just won the never open weight title. Yep. He's high on his horse right now. Like, this is a guy that comes in against anybody. Like, this is a brute force. Like, he's going to throw you through a brick wall if he needs to. And that's what happened. Like, you saw signs of El Phantasmo looking good, but it just wasn't enough because he's not at that peak level of that Phantasmo should be at.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. I absolutely agree. And, then seeing, of course, Yuya, David Finley, you having the impression, okay, oh, my God, I'm going to, no, hell no. Yuya came in with the upset. Yeah. That was another great matchup, too. Finley, too, is another one that has to be careful with his calculus because right here, you cannot be that way in this tournament. You have to make sure you need to get your points here in this one. And Temple, you're saying Shotomino is having a rough time with this year's G1. I can see his frustrations in his face. I think something shocking is going to happen with him, from that could be right, Temple. That could be right.
It could be like we talk about each year. There's always somebody that shocks us in the beginning where they lose a lot, and then all of a sudden they go on a win streak, and then they kick in the high gear, and then make it into the playoffs or come close. So we could see something like that. And like we'll get into how he did night 2 because there was a different result for him. But you had Great O'Khan, Zack Sabre Jr. I don't know what's going on with Great O'Khan. He comes out here with that long entrance now. It's like 5 minutes long. He's wearing MMA pants now instead of the trunks.
I wonder why.
He has the weird haircut now where half of his hair is missing instead of the ponytail. Like I never asked
you that. What the fuck? Is he losing his little? Is he losing his Val Venus moment? Is he losing like?
Did the women take his hair?
I know, right? I was waiting for. That's what he's doing. Shout out to Nick Dieter and Mr. Universe himself, our brother right there. You rock, sir. You and Keys rocks, and of course, oh man. I need to binge watch this shit. Oh, man. Poppy, you got to see night 1. The match of the night that you will like is Yoda and Takeshita. You'll like the aggressiveness of Gabe Kidd and Evo because that was amazing. Like, and basically how he's mentioning, Zach Zombie and, Great O'Khan.
Zack Sabre Jr., this guy, technician at its finest. Right here. And I love one thing I want to give props to the white jacket. The white jacket just hits better with Zack Sabre Jr. over the black one. I like the white one so much better. It just pops more with him like popping his collar, coming out like all cocky, like bloke, I'm gonna win this. And he's definitely looking like the favorite right now with how dominant he's been. He's been hit around a little bit, but he just finds a way to transition into these submissions, and he's like the UK Gumby.
Yes, I am with you because you know why? I don't know if you noticed, like if we go back and look at his other G1s that he's been participating,
Yeah.
this one, Zach feels he came in here more aggressively. Like he comes here very more serious. Like he's not like how it used to be, really like joking around, like I can fuck this, fuck this. But no, he's coming in with some fucking aggressive shit. And to see what he did to Great O'Connor night one, I was like, oh yeah, this guy's serious. I can't wait till we talk about night two, but yeah.
Ooh. And then you had Hiroki Goto with Jeff Cobb. Jeff Cobb, I like to comment that they made Walker Stewart make it on commentary that Jeff Cobb mentioned that he wants to win every match in the G1 under 15 minutes for the TV title rules. That's what he wants to do. He wants to instill the rules on this. That's how he wants to win. He wants to add a little bit of the difficulty to it to make him work for the G1. It's all about the tour of the islands with him. Like you got Hiroki Goto, he's good, but I don't know if he has that much left in him from the big time underdog run that he did in the New Japan Cup, where he finished second to Yota Tsuji.
I thought he was going to win it, honestly. That match was a banger between him and Yota. I thought for a minute that, they're going to give Goto his last chance to get a shot at the IWGP.
And talk about somebody that should be sad. Like, you got El Fantasma, like, no one's here with me. Hiroki Goto is the only Chaos member in G1 Climax right now. He has nobody else.
Yeah,
everybody else lost. Yeah. Everybody else lost in the qualifying. Like, he's by himself. But he's still fighting. Like, he's still putting in. He just didn't have enough. Like, Jeff Cobb overpowered him. Like, Goto had his points there, but it's just, I think Goto's doing that transition now. I think he's finally going to transition to be a guy that's going to get beat, to that senior wrestler now. Because I think it's the changing of the guard. That's what this is.
Yep, I agree with that. I am so with you on that. It is a change of the guard. That is for sure. And let's see, any other matches that we missed out on night one? I think we got everything, right?
I want to talk about for a second, just like you said with the Finley Uemura. I'm seeing a little bit of the aggression in Uemura. I'm seeing a little bit of that fighting spirit. I'm seeing it, and then mix that with the cockiness of David Finlay. He's talking like to the crowd. He's acting like he's the king. He's gonna win everything here. Boom! Uemura comes in, gets the Hurricanrana pin, and shocks Steve Finlay. And it's not
the Queen. Oh, bow down. The King of Queens right here. That's right. What's going on with that?
He is showing the skills that he's learned from over
Nero, I knew you'd come.
And he's grown on me, Uemura. It's like he had that like generic, what I should say, the catch wrestling style. But now you're seeing a little bit more to him with his wrestling. You see more passion, more desire. Yeah. You see now that he's with just 5 guys, he's doing a little bit more. Maybe he's learning a thing or two from his mates.
Oh, hell yeah, especially from Sonata and from Taka Michinoku. Shit, you better learn. I would take advantage of that. And yeah, especially Doki. I would exactly learn. Oh no, we do, man. We love.
I want Zack Sabre Jr. to win because he's English and it needs to come home. My heart says Yota Tsuji, but my head is saying evil.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that, Temple. Oh my God, we'll get into night 2 right now, and I'll tell you how I feel about it.
Tranquilo.
You know what? I'll play it right here. Tempo, tranquilo. Okay. I'm trying to. Where's the fucking shit? There you go. Tranquilo. Okay, we'll get there. But man, But I'm with you though. Like I'm absolutely with you when it comes to to Yuya's aggressiveness and everything, and then him joining, the Just Five Guys. And hell yeah, especially with learning alongside with those, with them, I would definitely learn. And I'm just still like surprised to me that Tai Chi's not part of this shit. That's what surprises me. Because
I see Ishii why. I see Tom here Ishii why he's not, because of course. I see why El Presidente isn't, because he's taking more of a presidential role to running shit like he's now. I see that, but I don't know why him and Yoshihashi. I didn't expect them not to be in there, because we always see Yoshihashi. He's not going to win, but he's going to be the guy that puts on the best match with everybody that he's in the ring with, and it's always going to be long, and because that's what he does. So I was kind of shocked that they were in it. So it makes me wonder, like, any reason why is there a transition? Like, if he's if he's not in it, why is Goto in it? Like, because they seem to be a tag team now. That's their way of prolonging their career. Or maybe it's just like Goto has been the more branded guy, so maybe that's why he's in it now. But maybe this is his last year. I see a couple of these guys, and I might as well mention, like I said the other day, I had this big rant that I was going to go on. It won't be too big on Tetsuya Naito and all the critics out there saying that he's done. You see him in this tournament. We'll start with the night one. Yeah, you see his knees are taped. I feel like his knees are shot now. I feel like he's slowing down. Age is getting into him. All the bumps and the bruises. He's the champ. The fans are going to get going. He botched quite a few times. Like he missed a Destino. He missed a DDT.
Even on the top rope there. Yeah, but he's slipping on the top rope.
But you can't doubt this guy's desire. You can't doubt his motor. He still wants to go. He still wants to put on the match. He knows that he's the champ. He's the guy that everybody's gunning for. So he's going to will his way to victory. He's going to put on as best of a match. And at the end of the day, this guy's there's people that think that maybe he should drop the title before Wrestle Kingdom, because they don't know if he's going to be able to draw with the condition that he's in. Let the man defend his title. This is the guy. We've seen guys worse. We've seen Tanahashi in worse shape win the title with like a bad leg and then drop it a couple months later. Yeah. This guy's going in here. He won the G1 last year. He's looking to do it again this year. He's gonna get better. Like it's with age. This man has been a workhorse. The man of the people of Japan for this one, the ungovernable, the leader of LIJ. This guy deserves his flowers for what he's done for New Japan.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's move on to night 2, folks. We're gonna move on to night 2, and then man. That's right. We have it here, folks. Night 2. And bring it out to you. This is what we got on night 2. Sonata defeating Calvin Newman. We got Hinari defeating Ole Bolton. Gabe Kidd defeating Great Khan. That was Meaty Men for sure. That was Meaty. Oh, my God. Yeah, Ren Narita defeating El Phantasmo. Evo defeating Jake Lee, which that was a hilarious match. We'll get into it like overall. Yuya defeating Hiroki Goto, which that was a fucking banger. The finish was fucking awesome, that one. Shota Umino defeating Shingo Takagi, which that was another one. That was like another matchup that, oh my God, it was a banger. I think that for me, honestly, let me get through the matches before I even say anything. Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Tetsuya Naito, giving Naito here 0-2 on the tournament for night 2. Yota Tsujin defeating David Finlay. So man, I can tell you here that out of these matches, night 2 for me, the match of the night was Shota Umino versus Shingo, because that did not expect. Because in that match, Shingo really took Shota to fucking school. Like, hey, you want to be on top of it? You're no longer a young lion, son. Now you got to come over here. And oh my god, just
talking shit.
Talking shit. And just really with the elbow shot after elbow shot, the suplex, the German suplex, and then the counter. Oh man. And then just seeing Shota Umino just get that pin on Shingo, I was like, oh my god! It just really shocked. That really shocked me there. I did not expect that. I really honestly thought Shingo was going to win that matchup. So, but
he looked more focused. He looked more aware. And Shingo had just had that banger match with Naito, where like he was riding on a high. I think he overlooked Shota Umino. That's why I feel like he overlooked him. He was talking shit, which is not. But she does do that sometimes. But he did it more than usual, and I think he overlooked Shota, and Shota knew that he lost to Cal Newman, so it was dire that he got a victory, and he pulled it out. Oh man, like I was shocked at how weak Naito looked against Zack Sabre Jr. He just dismantled Naito, and then used the pin, his infamous pin combo to get the victory there. He's just riding on a high right now, Zack Sabre Jr. Like he's tall, lanky. Like I said, he's Gumby. He's Gumby. Like this man, like if you want to know how to be technical in the ring and stretch, if there's any guy like we talked about, and it was great. I think this year was great for him. Like you see him the two matches with Bryan Danielson did him wonders. He did Orange Cassidy. Like he's made his moves not just in New Japan but around the world against the best of the best, and he's 1-1 with Danielson. He beat Orange Cassidy. He's beaten Naito now, the champion. And I think that Bryan Danielson two matches did great for him because he was able to match himself against another big time technician when it comes to submissions, and he held his own. He barely lost the first one by a pin, but then he got the second one, the victory, and he's been riding on a high ever since. And it's like, this guy knows how to do it. It's like every 6 seconds, he's always moving. He's always transitioned to another position to get you. He's the leader of TMDK. These guys have almost all the belts, and he wants the world title now. And I think this was his boom. I'm here. I'm the favorite. Let's go. He's one of my favorite right now to watch. And then, like, you're seeing a little bit of a different attitude now. Like, he could be cocky and he could, like, just shove it in your face. But at the end of every match, he just goes over and taps you as good job, good match. And then he goes because he's focused.
Yes, I agree.
And then we got Dave Finlay and Yoda. What a match. This was my match of the night here. These two. Because you have them coming in, they mentioned that David Finlay wanted to come in like he did against Tama Tonga. And he said he wanted to land 10 power bombs. He wanted to land 10 power bombs. I like the fact that I didn't get to mention it in against you or more. He's added the power bomb and the dominator into his arsenal of moves. As a lot of his power, as a lot of his primary move sets. So he's doing that. I think he hit 3 or 4 on Yoda. He hit 2 dominators.
Yes.
But like you said, too much talking shit.
Yeah.
And Yoda was able to come back. And one of my favorite combinations now, like probably the theme of the night with combinations, is the spear into the Marlowe crash, which is
I know. My god, that's awesome.
Which is the curb stomp off the top rope, jumping down.
Yep.
And he was able. Yoda was able to get the victory in this. We had 3 LIJ members that are all up at the top as favorites to win the G1. Man, but this was a great victory for him. He was able to kind of wash out the Takeshita loss from the night before, and then get this. We got the global champion who's now 0-2. So you got the global champion, Finley 0-2, and then you got the IWGP World Champion, Naito, 0-2 after 2 nights.
That's right.
That's crazy.
I didn't expect that either. I did not expect that. But, man, one thing about the Zack Sabre Naito matchup, so when Sabre won the match, and right away he ran to the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Even prior to that, when Charles Charlton was saying, like how Temple was saying here in the chat, like to bring it home, you know, like Charlton said it on the commentary. Like he said it, like, oh yeah, bring it home. Because he knows what, because it's like, because, for Charlton is from the UK as well. So,
yeah,
seeing that and seeing Zack Sabre walking down towards the audience with that belt, like, hey, like, and really, like, taking it in, like, oh, this could be the future IWGP heavyweight. Man, it looks great on him. It does look great on Zack Sabre. It does. And I'm like, oh, that's why I know Temple wants him to win. And so do I. But I can tell you, by far, I mean, the way how's everything looking, this new era G1 is anything goes. It's tough to say who's really going to take it all the way. Like, we could say, who we think so. But we're burning, like, in these nights of burning at the moment. I think by night 7, I think is when we can literally see where's everybody out after that. Then we can get an idea. But on this one, it's these nights that have been happening so far, it's been like, with
so many stars leaving or not being in this, you're gonna need a guy who can go into the main event of Wrestle Kingdom. We don't have Okada or Tanahashi to fall back on anymore. No. Naito is diminishing, and like they for some reason they take the belt off of Naito before Wrestle Kingdom. If I were to put the 2 top guys in the main event, it would be Zack Sabre Jr. versus Shingo Takagi. Those 2 guys. And they're going to be facing each other in this block. They're in the same block. So I'm looking forward to that match down the line. But that would be the match if Naito wasn't in it. Like, you got to put guys that have experience, guys that you can trust. And those are 2 guys that have plenty of that. And, like, with the guys that are getting their footing in, there's so much new fresh faces. It's like you want to be able to know that the main event is intact. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I'm more likely Naito should be the champ going into Wrestle Kingdom regardless. I think this is going to be his last one, his last hurrah.
I'm with you. I think this is going to be his last hurrah too on on this G1 Climax for sure.
Yeah.
But so Jake Lee by far has been really impressing me. I mean, we've seen what he's done in DDT, in Noah, and done in DDT, and seeing this with Evo, like, oh yeah, let's do it. Nope, bam, right now. Oh my Shingo right there, like, no, what are you doing? He's not part of the match, but it doesn't matter. But Jake Lee did a great job on this matchup, and I know even though he lost, of course, how
with the sand, with the sand to the face,
sand to the face. Like how Temple said, the houses of dickheads. I love it. Oh man, but it was good to see these new stars in this tournament. They're really gonna do something for sure. I'm excited for that. ELP here, of course, going 0-2, losing here to Ren Narita. Another one that Narita, for me, I know that I'm gonna get shitted on. It's just him being on this House of Dickheads, House of Torture. It doesn't fit to me.
I like it because he's showcasing who he really is. Like it's not bland. It's not. I'm just a Shibata wannabe. You know what I'm saying? Where like he's not showing who he is. Like if we're gonna give Shota Umino, what's the word? If we're gonna give him critique for being too much like Moxley and Tanahashi, we got to give the same to Narita for being too much like Shibata.
It's true.
And now,
it's true.
And now he's finally breaking out. He's showcasing a little bit of that personality, sneakiness, the heel side of things for him. carrying that whatever it's called, the paddle board or whatever.
Yes.
Metal paddle board that's supposed to be. And I like how El Phantasmo kicked into high gear that match. He showed the aggression halfway through, but it was that just too much of the House of Torturedness that cost him. Oh my God. And then we got Gabe Kidd and Great O'Khan. You see the parallel, like, I'll go into night 3 from the differences between nights for Gabe Kidd and how he handles a match. These guys get thrown into the fucking crowd, go right through those chairs, and then the infamous Great O'Khan, like he had Gabe Kidd pressed up in between 2 chairs where he couldn't move his hands, couldn't move his feet, and then he just stood there and went like this. And then his pose, and then hear Gabe Kidd squealing, "Let me out!" And then he barely. And then the best moment was them fighting, and then you hear 18, 19, and then you see, and then 19, and then you see him run back. Like, oh my God, we got to run back now. I'm like, I thought that was going to end in a double DQ at one point, but then of course Gabe Kidd gets the victory there. I love the fact that he has that new the Dr. Bomb, which he which he renamed the Madman Bomb, mm-hmm. And now he has Madman on the back of his trunks.
Yep,
I love it. I love everything about that. Like, it fits the personality, fits who he is, and he's just gonna ride the cockiness all the way through the tournament.
Oh yeah. Definitely. I agree. I definitely agree with that. I can't wait either. It's, and in this night 2 as well, that I'm noticing too, like Yuya, I don't know if you noticed, like Yuya's trunks were similar to like Sonata's trunks on night 1. I was like, wait a minute, the same color? Like, they're the same? It looked almost the same shit, but another great matchup there for Yuya, against Goto. It was surprising that, of course, Goto lost this one, but then again, no, I mean, because Yuya needed to come back and do something. So I'm glad he did.
He's 2-0. He's 2-0 now.
He's 2-0. That's what I'm really impressed of. He's 2-0 on this one. Hanari, of course, Bolton. Man, those motherfuckers can go.
Big beanie man.
Those are big beanie men stuffing meat, baby.
Seeing Bolton Oleg bench pressing Hanari, switching sides. Just like he was nothing.
Rest of that shit. Like nothing. Like, what the fuck are you gonna carry this big heavy man like this way? Oh shit.
And really, the difference in the match was the fact that the street style of Hanare with the striking, that was the difference in the match, because this is the one guy that he wasn't going to be able to outpower in Bolton Oleg. So he was like, I'm just going to stop trying to grapple and try and out-brute him. I'm going to use my striking attire. He was throwing in a lot of those leg kicks, a lot of the side kicks, the punches, and then he threw the one punch to the neck, and then he just used that to open up the power game with them towards the end. But that was a underrated match there, for night 2 was them two. Yeah.
Like how about Tempo saying that was like the banger of the matchup for night 2. Like, it was his favorite match. I'm like, yeah, I can't disagree there. It was night 2 was fucking incredible. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 matches. 9 matches. It was awesome. I mean, just seeing all of that, and I mean, what else can we say on night 2? I mean, shit. It's at least Sonata, came back and won his. I was just happy to see that. Ever since he came back from his injury, I think he's still, getting his grind back. I think he needs like another couple nights for him to give that rhythm back. It's going to take him time.
I think it's the injury / kind of having no direction right now because of it. Like, you come back at the kind of the wrong time. Like, you come back right in the G run. Like, he's not going to win it, but it's like, what are you going to do with the guy that a year ago had the title all year and then main event of Wrestle Kingdom, and now he has no direction? It's like, that's what sucks when you have an injury like that, because he's going from having one of the best years to having one of the most unknown years now.
yeah, this is where I could say that Taichi should have taken that place if that was the case, instead of having Sonata being the one being like the cheerleader behind there. Because if, like how you mentioned, if there was no direction when his comeback, his return, that's where it kind of throws it off. But hopefully, I'm hoping that by night 5 he'll get that rhythm back. I mean, so far night 2, night 2, kind of got it, but it doesn't seem it's there yet fully. He's almost at 100%. But I think Sonata will get there. But it's just gonna give him that time. But you're right, though. I mean, if they would have given him a direction for it, then we could have said differently about Sonata. It's difficult because seeing him to lose night 1 in less than 5 minutes, and then coming here win this matchup, which is great. I'm not saying it was a bad win, but it just the rhythm is an in-ring ability after this, coming from an injury. Yeah, he needs to loosen up a little bit and come back with some force, baby. But and any final thoughts on night 2?
No, not really. Like you hit a lot of points up. We got through all the matches on here. And I want to see the progression. Kayla, I want to see the progression of because I'm looking forward to some of these later matches down the line when the guys have had 5, 6, 7 matches already, and then you're starting to see like the standings and where it looks, how they're going to handle the fatigue, how they're going to handle being 10 days in with only 1 day's rest.
Yeah,
like that's what I'm waiting to see. But that the G1 is this year, they're going to have more rest now. They're going to have like a night off here and there, and they're going to be able to do like just 6 matches each thing to kind of stretch it out so they're not as tired. We got Temple going, if my boyfriend wins the G1, I'll cry. If he goes on the Wrestle Kingdom to become champ, I'll cry.
I think we all will cry. That's for sure.
Hey,
hell yeah, we would.
I'd be all about that.
Oh yeah, I would be all of that too. That's for sure. All right.
That leaves night 3 now.
That's right, folks. Night 3. Folks.
Night 3.
Yeah.
Night 3. Talk about an interesting night here. We had 6 matches. They were all short, like 15-minute matches, which shocked me. Like usually you have like a wide range of matches. But we'll start with the Shota Umino and Gabe Kidd. Man.
Oh,
like I mentioned. Oh my God. I mentioned the chatter coming into this match was Gabe Kidd talking shit Shota Umino, saying that if it wasn't for your father being the top ref, that you wouldn't have made it to New Japan as a wrestler. And it's like, and I'm going to take you to school. This man usually comes out guns blazing, talking shit, not giving a shit. This man walked out, didn't say a word, and was zoned in, ready to go, which is unlike Gabe Kidd.
It makes your brain hurt. I know, Kayla. You're telling us everything's going on in the world of professional wrestling, but hey, that's what it's like. FIFA here, I'll tell you that.
And that's what it's like. And he took it to Shota Umino. He brought the strong style to him.
Yes, he
did. Yes, he did. With the punches, like, and the slaps. One thing Shota Umino is he's not going to be able to win those battle of attrition with Gabe Kidd. But I saw some heart out of Shota Umino when he hit those elbows, knocking out.
Oh,
Gabe
my
Kidd.
God. Yes.
He threw the one slap, knocked him out. But it's just that he doesn't have the same gas tank right now as Gabe Kidd does. Gabe Kidd, I feel like the injury took a little bit out of him right now, and he tried to fight Gabe Kidd's fight instead of doing his own speed attack, his own. He tried to outpower and outbrute Gabe Kidd, and Gabe Kidd just knocked him out towards the end, hit the Madman Bomb, called it a day. Talk some shit. You see Shota Umino laying down, and then you see him grabbing the neck of Shota Umino while all 4 refs are trying to break him away, and he's telling him, he's like, you're no shit anymore. He was like, I'm better than you. Get out of my ring. I was like, Holy shit.
I know. I was like, what the fuck when he said that shit?
Yeah.
Oh my god! But you're right though. That's the problem. That's why I think he fucked up on this one. That he, instead of focusing on what he does on his strong style abilities, he focused more on going to the style of Gabe Kidd on this.
Yeah.
One. And that's what I think was a mistake on Umino's side for sure. Like he let that pretty much that sensitive time, like the feeling side to open.
Yeah.
Took it in. And I think that's where he fucked up on this one. But this was a banger matchup. I'll tell you that.
We got Jeff Cobb and Takeshka. Man, this was a fun match, fun back and forth here. Like
that, I'm gonna hit that Nettie. That was Nettie Mania, that matchup. Because honestly, I did not expect Takeshka to defeat Jeff Cobb, in my opinion. When I saw that, the aggressiveness, man, I just did not. The beginning of it, like the first 5 minutes of it, like Jeff Cobb looked like he was already pretty much that was in his pocket already. But then of course the tables turned on that shit. I was like, oh shit, oh my god, oh.
Like some highlights of them, a few highlights of the match. He had Jeff Cobb knock Takeshka across the ring. You had him go for the Tour of the Islands, but it gets reversed out of it. You have Takeshka knocking him out with the elbows, and then him being able to pick him up with the back German suplex pin.
Oh my
god!
God. Did not expect
and then
that.
top moment of the night for me is when he gets him on the top rope, has him in a standing superplex, holding him up, and then pop him down, seeing the ring shake, and then seeing the ref. The ref sold it so well. Like, oh my God.
I wish it could have been Red Shoes, but it wasn't him. Damn it, man.
Yeah. and then he gets the victory, and then of course everybody's talking about Takeshka. Like, we have the picture here. He's on the cover of the magazine after he beat Yota Tsuji. Like, he's the talk of the town. Mm-hmm. It is day off, like we said. He fought in DDT against Tanaka, so he really hasn't had a day off. Like, he wrestled in DDT on his off day, and then wrestles Jeff Cobb. So this guy he's ready to go. Like, he doesn't want any stoppage. He's like, I'm ready to go all out here and bring this back. And he showcased himself. Like, if I could get him against Jeff Cobb again for the TV title, that'd be something to look forward to. But we always see this is what I love about New Japan. They always, in the beginning of the tournament, showcase the outsiders. They're going to make them look good in the beginning, whether it's the Best of Super Juniors, the World Tag League, G1. They're going to look like great, look like $1 million before they kind of fall back to reality. And then to have him, Takeshka beat Tsuji and Jeff Cobb. Those are two guys that are great beginning guys for him to show off to the new crowd. And the crowd is starting to feed into it. Next match, we have Callum Newman and Zack Sabre Jr. I really like this match, just like I said.
Yeah.
Callum Newman is going to be that guy that is able to transition from style to style against whoever he's facing. Man, I felt bad for him at the end with that lock. Like, he had like a knee lock, he had the toe hold, and then he had the back, the head all at the same time, just screeching at him, and he couldn't even tap. He had to do the verbal tap. But this guy was bringing the heat with the speed. He was able to roll out a few submission attempts. Zack Sabre Jr. was kicking him in the head. He's instilled what he's going to do. And I thought Cal Newman had him at one point with the cutter, but Zack Sabre Jr. was able to hold on to him and then boom, bring him to the mat. And then once you get to the mat with Zack Sabre Jr., it's all over. especially with a young guy like him. But Zack Sabre Jr. gave him props afterwards. He gave him the props.
He did. He gave him the props.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
He was
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Was that kind of like his young lion version? Like, wasn't Newman? Was like, I want to say, was he part of TMDK? I don't remember. I don't know if you know, right?
No,
but it was.
He's always been with the United Empire.
There you go. So, but I know that probably outside of New Japan, they kind of like know.
But Cal Newman's UK. I believe he's UK.
He's
from
UK,
the UK.
yeah.
So
yeah, like I mentioned, like the Battle of the British, yeah, which is true. Yeah, he's UK.
Yep.
Man,
but like he's shown that he belongs. Like he's still young. He's still 21. He still has time to develop even more. But let this man go. Let this man showcase himself.
Oh yeah,
because he's going to be here for years to come.
Oh yeah,
you got now. Zack Sabre Jr. is 3-0, 6 points, right high. Like, and I'm like, is this man going to go undefeated? Is this man going to lose? What? How are they going to do this? Because I'm like, yeah, like this man is shown no stop here. And then you got Shingo and Great O'Khan. Shingo picks up the victory here to move to 2-1, to where Great O'Khan is now, I believe, 0-2, or
he's 0-2 now.
0-2, and it's just he put on a better match with the catch wrestling here with Shingo. But
I was surprised that he did too.
I was shocked at how Shingo won with the pumping bomber pin combo, which was unique because he couldn't hit Made in Japan or Last of the Giant. He couldn't hit. He had a hard time with those, so he just did the pin, and it wasn't a long match. This match was only like 12 minutes, so there wasn't too much to it. Other than they were both on the outside, came back in, and then a few power moves here and there.
It was about 11 minutes. 11 minutes.
Yeah, I felt like they had to kind of audible a little bit during the match, but Shingo was able to get the victory there, and it's like, okay, you got the KOPW champion who's not really looking great right now. So I'm starting to see, okay, this guy is going to be just there just to be a body. This guy is a challenger to make the playoffs. Like it's early on, a lot can change, but you're starting to see a little bit of who they're showcasing here. You got Sonata Evil. Evil picks up the victory here. I like how in the beginning Evil gives them the House of Torture shirt. Yeah. Sonata puts it on, lays down, but then goes for the cradle pin and then gets up, rips the shirt off, and then they go from there. But of course, these guys know each other, so they made sure to talk about the past, them being former LIJ members, former IWGP Tag Team Champions. Yeah, and now both in their own groups. But the difference in this match was obviously Dick Togo and the distractions, and all Evil needed to do was to get the ref out of the way, low blow, hit Evil, and then boom, get the 1, 2, 3, and now he has 6 points. Like whether it's the G1 last year, the New Japan Cup, they're doing a lot of Evil winning in these tournaments. He doesn't win a tournament; he goes far though. So I'm wondering, is this the year that maybe he makes it to the finals? Maybe he wins it. Who knows?
That's a big question there. You're right about that. That's what I'm kind of like. Interesting how.
And then to me, the shock of the tournament here, because there's not much to talk about with it, is the main event. It only went 13, 14 minutes. It was a short main event. I felt like
17 minutes.
17 minutes. Oh, that's even more than I thought it was. But
you know what? Event. I'm with you though, but I'm assuming they're probably counting it with the entrances. Possibly could be the case.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But they talked about the past with these two fighting before smart bastard Naito. This event was in Hiroshima, so a lot of backstory with that. And Tetsuya Naito, home away from home here for him, coming in 0-2, needing a victory, and he pulled the way that he pulled it out off the. He was about to get chokeslam off the. He was about to get chokeslam. He lifts them up, and then he transitions from the chokeslam to Destino, and then gets the victory. And I was like, "Whoa, that was a cool transition. I liked it."
Yeah, I did like that too. And it was a good thing that Naito needed this win, because if not, he couldn't got 0-3. So I mean,
especially his next match is going to be on the 27th against Evil.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. What's going on? How are you, NJPW fan? What is going on? Appreciate you tuning in.
What is going on?
Man, I mean, what can we say? I mean, the match night 3 by far. What can you say what's the match like? Actually, well, I mean, what can we say? Honestly, like, I think for me, has to be the Jeff Cobb and Konosuke right now has been really fucking killing it in this tournament, especially with the matches that he's been having.
Yeah,
I think honestly, this match 3 was such. I may be wrong, but I know this is my opinion about it. I don't know how you feel about it, but I feel like people in IWC were probably saying, okay, he might lose this one because it's Jeff Cobb, and it's a big meaty man right there, and you know how you mentioned earlier, like of course they're gonna give a lot of the outcomers to give them a good push, and then down the line in the middle they can maybe see some losses. But this one, I felt that people were saying more, hey, Jeff Cobb probably will just go ahead and beat Takeshi in this one, but no, this one shocked even the night here. So I mean, man, and see, Jake Lee went from NJPW to Noah now to he's a smart bastard. I absolutely agree. I love that he is a smart bastard, and I'm glad that he is. I'm glad that he is. Jake Lee is another one that is underrated. Doesn't give the credit where he deserves. Like how the credentials you mentioned is there. Yeah, especially what he's done in Noah. Like, fuck, he's done fantastically out there in Noah. And so I can't wait. I'm excited for Jake Lee, the future for him in New Japan. Now he's part of the Bullet Club. But I know because of the whole union situation, we'll see. I don't know how it's going to happen.
Here's the one thing. I wonder how it's going to be when Jake Lee is in the ring with Gabe Kidd.
Oh, I know. That's going to be something.
That's going to be the
one.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's something to think about right there. Both War Dogs members, Oh.
I like that idea from HEPW fans. Oh, yeah, it's the smart bastard versus the bastard. The battle of the bastards at a Wrestle Dynasty.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
You got a special guest referee, Jon Snow, the bastard of the North.
There you go. That's right.
Let's fucking go.
That's right. Oh, I love it. Oh man! But before we get into the points, folks. But any final thoughts here? Man of 1,000 words in regards to night 3, match of the night for you.
Match of the night. You say that like that. Probably would have been my match of the night, but if I had to pick something else, Zack Sabre Jr. and Callum Newman. I really liked the differentiating styles there.
Yes.
Like you could easily say Umino and Gabe Kidd was a match of the night quality.
That was
how they did.
Yes.
Seeing Gabe Kidd, like his personality, like he was focused. Like he wasn't just acting all crazy. Like he was focused. He wanted this win. He wanted to take it to Shoma Umino. He wanted to prove a point. I feel like that's not over. I'm saying this right now. That rivalry is not over. I think it's just getting started, and something's going to happen with them two down the line. I don't know when, but it's going to continue.
I'm with you on that. Actually, seeing the matchup, I am with you. I think the rivalry is just the beginning there.
Yeah,
and then from there, I think we might see my Wrestle Kingdom them competing. It's like how the same. Imagine even the same for Jeff Cobb and Takeshita at Wrestle Kingdom for the TV championship. They can hit that direction because Jeff Cobb to lose the way how he lost to Konosuke, it's not gonna. It's gonna be in the back of his head. It's like, nah, I can't lose this way. I need to beat this man. It's gonna come to that point. Maybe down the line later we'll see Jeff Cobb come in.
and let's not forget, the night after Wrestle Kingdom is Wrestle Dynasty.
That's right.
Between AEW and New Japan. So.
And CMML and Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you're absolutely right.
I'm excited. Such good shit.
Such good shit, Devin. Where the fuck is this such good shit, Devin? There's so much things.
Such good shit.
Good shit, Devin. But before we get into night 4, the preview, folks, we want to give you right now basically is the points. This is what we have. And of course, these are the block points for Block A and Block B. So right now, at this moment, for Block A, who's leading the way is Zack Sabre Jr., how Bigly mentioned, with 6 points alongside Woods Evil. We got Shingo Takagi with 4 points right behind, as well as Gabe Kidd. We got Shota Umino, Tetsuya Naito, Sonata, Kamen Newman, Jake Lee with 2 points, and Great Okan with 0, which, man, that's bad right there, Great Okan. Block B, we got, both only with 2 points. Yoda Suja 2 points. Jeff Cobb with 2 points. Ren Narita with 2 points. And right ahead of them, we got, Yuya with 4 points. We got Hinaru with 4 points. We got Konosuke Wood 4 points. And Finley, Goto, and Phantasma with no points here, which is shocking. Especially Finley's is the one that shocked me the most. And, Goto as well. I expected at least Goto to get some point. Phantasma, I don't know what's going on there. But, man, before we even, hear your thoughts, Bigley, I want you to break down to the audience that are watching and listening who are who are not pretty much familiar how this tournament bracket works, the points. I want you to explain to them and then give us your thoughts overall by far of these points. Break it down, brother.
Basically, you got 2 blocks, an A block, a B block. You face everybody in your block once. So you're going to have essentially 9 matches. You get 2 points for a victory, 1 point for a draw, which is a 30-minute time limit. If you make it there, it's 1 point. And then if you lose, you get 0. So you see the point spread there is 2, 4, 6. We haven't had any draws yet, but you more than likely we're going to see one down the line. And they structure it there. They go between A and B. And they do this all the way to the playoffs. Three wrestlers from each block make it to the playoffs. And then you basically get first place gets a bye. And then you got 2 versus 3 on both sides. And then they face the first place guy in the semis. And then you have the finals. And, of course, the winner of the whole thing faces the IWGP champion at Wrestle Kingdom in the main event. It's basically, essentially, it's just like a World Cup style.
Absolutely. And this style, they haven't, they brought it back. And the last time we saw this style was what? Was it 2021, was it? Or 2019 or 18? I forgot.
I think 21.
I think that was 21, right? Yeah.
Is Evil's House is Torture still in Bull Club? Because I think they should be as separate. They are, but it's always weird with how they treat them. It's like a subgroup, kind of like what the Elite were, and like the Firing Squad was with the Girls of Destiny. It's kind of something like that. You got this ELP joining the dark side if he's winless in the G1. No. He was part of the dark side. That would mean he would join it again. I'm wondering what happens with him. I'm wondering if he's going to leave, how his contract is. Is he going to actually join a group that maybe needs somebody, or if he's just going to, because you don't see too many guys that are on their own like he is now. And he said, would love at least to draw on the G1 this year. Yoda versus Yuya could go to a time and draw with their story. Are they in the same block? I think they are.
Let me see.
They are. They are. I see it.
Let me see.
Oh, they haven't faced each other since the hair versus hair match.
Yeah, that's what Temple was mentioning, that they could take that story and develop it more on the G1 on the tournament. So it does make sense with that, for sure.
And they face each other August 10th, so it's the second to last match. So that's gonna be interesting.
That's gonna be a banger. Man. That's gonna be a banger. But man, you know what? I just want to get it. All right. Preview for night 4, ladies and gentlemen. This is a preview what we have for night 4 coming to you who are listening. And well, you guys will listen to this tomorrow morning on everywhere internationally. You're listening on all audio platforms. You say so that means it's gonna happen for you today, and as well as whoever's watching this or watching or catching the replay. But by far, this is what we have. We only have 5 matches for tomorrow. Night 4, we got Hirogote versus Oleg, and then we have Jeff Cobb versus Ren Narita, El Phantasmo versus Yoda Tsuji, Aaron Hanare versus David Finlay, Yuya versus this is the one I'm intrigued to see. Yuya versus Konosuke Takashita. Oh, that's gonna be a banger fucking match, in my opinion. I'm excited for it, man. But I don't know. What do you got on this one for block 4, night 4 coming tomorrow?
That's a good block. That's a good block. I feel like maybe you're gonna get. Jeez, I could see Oleg winning and Goto staying winless. I see Jeff Cobb beating Ren Narita. I see this is the tough one because you're gonna say Yoda Tsuji, but could El Phantasmo pick up that first victory? Like this would be one where they catch Tsuji sleeping and then win there. But I feel like right now I'm still going Yoda Tsuji here. I got David Finlay beating Hanare. I think David Finlay's going to get in the point, get his first 2 points here. This is usually where Hanare, this type of matchup, Hanare's just his craziness. It costs them in matches at times, and Finlay knows how to fight him well. So I think, and don't be surprised if Gato gets involved. And then I think this is the one where I think you're more, because the winner's going to be undefeated. The winner's going to have an advantage here between Takeshita and Oramura, because the winner's going to have 6 points and the loser's going to have only 4 and be 2-1.
That's true.
So I'm going to go with the upset here. I'm going to go with Oramura gets the victory.
Oh, I like that. I think we could see that. I think you're right. I have a feeling we may see that here. And I think that's going to be like a really close upset right there in that block for sure.
And there's a good chance that I might actually wake up and watch this live. So.
Oh my God, man! But you're right though. I think Finlay probably will for sure get his points here against Hanare. In Yuya defeating Konosuke will make it gives him more of a intrigue for Yuya because he does need those points here. Because if Konosuke goes right here winning this, I think that's when we know that Yuya is on his way out. Which I don't want. I think he needs that upset here. As I see, can Naito win 2 in a row? I don't see it. Temple.
I think the curse of the IWGP champ continues, where the champ doesn't win the G1.
Yeah, they should continue with that.
Personally, my opinion on this, I don't think the champion should be in the G1.
Me too. I'm with you on that, and I think we talked about it before, like on New Japan show, that they should really put that New Japan champion, the IWGP champion, away from the tournament because it's supposed to be like a number one contender.
And maybe this is the perfect way to where they take him out and then they have the champion tour at other companies during that month and then showcase the IWGP championship belt in like just exhibition matches. Like have him go to AEW for a couple of matches, have him go to Rev Pro, have him go here and to get the belt out there while the G1's going on. And then maybe have him come back for like the playoffs to where he's on commentary and whatnot. Yes. But I get why they do it because they can do like storylines after this. Because usually whoever beats the champion in the G1 usually gets one of those guys usually gets the first shot at the title. Like going into September, which they got Capital Collision, they got King of Pro Wrestling, and then they got another one in the end of September, Kobe.
That's right. That's right.
But I think they should take the champion out of it.
Yeah, I'm with you. They should, and I'm hoping that they can make this at least maybe the last year for this and really change it up and getting the IWGP heavyweight champion away from from the tournament, because it makes more sense that way. Because then you're kind of, I get the tradition, but then again, you're kind of making the champion losing certain matches that he's a champion. He's supposed to be your top of the mountain, who's supposed to be fucking winning matches, and he's the one who's representing your product. So, I mean, that's something I'm hoping that with now, Tanahashi a part of this in, management, he's El Presidente. Hopefully, maybe he could really input that with, Bushido board and really tell them, hey, we just change it up. Let's change it or not with the tournament. Let's make it more intrigue. Like I would fucking make it like almost like a freaking Mortal Kombat type of style. Have him sit on the throne, watching the matches, like the main event. I would say more the main event matches, or the ones because if he put him in each match, it'd be boring. I think you would rather put him into like the main event for each one, like of that night. Put him there sitting there. And then from there, so it gives us clues. It'll be like, oh my God, maybe he's interested in this person. Maybe he's interested, like shit like that. And then by the time the finals comes, as they're sitting down, they come at the crown. I would make the IWGP Heavyweight Champion give the crown to the winner. And then from there is when they looked at eye with the crown in the middle with the picture. And then there you go. Boom. Oh, they should do that. That'll be some good shit right there. Oh, man. Let's see. I'll be watching live. One of the greatest moments of my life. Maybe you and Tempo should do a live watch along live party. You never know. If you guys are gonna be up that late, shit. Thanks. Oh, that's right. Yeah, shout out to our boy, our Tempo here.
Come on, Tempo, get United Empire on the Dojo debates. Get him on here.
Hell yeah, why not? Give me Jeff Cobb over here. I would love to talk to Jeff Cobb.
Oh, give me Cal Newman. I'll take
Newman.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't care. I don't hate any member of the United Empire. I love
them all. United Empire, baby. I love them all, baby. Those are my guys right there. Those are my guys, man. So let me ask, okay, so we're talking about United Empire. Who do you think could lead that pack? Since right now Will Ospreay's gone. So
technically right now they said that TJP is.
That's interesting. Okay.
And I see why, because he's the most tenured of them all. He has the most experience and everything. But it's like, how are they going to consider the United Empire? Because you got half of them in AEW, and then you got the other half in New Japan. Because you got Ospreay and Aussie Open are in AEW, and then you got Cobb, you got Hanare, you got TJP, Akira, and Cal Newman here, and then you got Gideon Gray and Rev Pro. So they're kind of like all over. But remember, Ospreay said he's not done with Japan. He's going to come back here and there. So it makes me wonder when he's going to come back. And then when is he going to?
Well, I mean, for sure, Wrestle Dynasty, he'll be there. But, I mean, other than that, I get your point.
Give me him in Wrestle Kingdom. Give me him Wrestle Kingdom, too.
I think they probably will get – I think, Tony Khan will go ahead and push him two over there and really say, hey, you know what, just do him a favor. They made a favor and shit. Biggest question is who should he face at Wrestle Kingdom if Will Ospreay decides to show up over there? That's the biggest question. So, I mean, unless at least a faction decides to dispute, like the War Dogs, let's say they just dispute with United Empire, and they say, which, correct me if I'm wrong, were they the last ones to dispute before Ospreay left, right? Because I think that was kind of they were the last ones to finish.
That was the cage match that caused Alex Coughlin to retire.
Yeah, that's the one that they should really. I would do that. I mean, shit, I would do that.
Part of me,
I don't know about Yuya and Konosuke being a draw, Temple.
Yeah.
We need Yuya to get these points, because if he doesn't gain any points in this one, because a draw, they don't get any points, right? If it's a draw,
draws one,
only 1 point. It's not going to make him a difference if he gets 1 point. He needs 2 points in order to get at least be still in the tournament. That's the one thing, Temple. Because if 1 point is not going to get him in, It's not gonna unless he starts getting upsets. But I don't think it's not gonna be enough. That's just me. I don't know.
And I know this isn't a part of the G1, but I want to, because we're talking about New Japan here, bring up the story of El Desperado being hurt, and he's going to go on a leave of absence due to injuries. He needs to heal up and probably have surgery, so we don't know when he's going to be back. He picked the perfect time where he has like a month off of because of the G1, but that man is a bruised and body guy right now.
Oh, he even went to DDT to fucking wrestle before he even announced his. I was like, what the fuck? Just Desi, you gotta take some rest. But I get it, man. Pro wrestling's in the heart. I love it. I'm not even hating on that. But there's one question here though. You know how you mentioned about ELP? He's solo now that Hikuleo's gone. We know where he signed with WWE. We'll see him pretty soon. But could we see a reunion maybe with him and who else are they doing somewhere else in Bullet Club that they're not really doing much with him? You know what I'm talking about. Do we see that a reunion there? Do we see
bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Bang, bang, gang.
Mm-hmm. Can we see that?
He's thrown tidbits around. He has. Last time we saw him with them, they were at a Clippers game banging bongos.
That's right. Oh man, that's right. I mean, this is
I think all about it. He has the humor. He fits that group.
Oh my god, him with the Bang Bang group, he will definitely fit if he decides to go to AEW. That'd be a great faction they'll have that really will get everybody. Oh crap! Like, yep, you better fucking shit on it. Let's see. Chona won the G1 as champ in 2005.
The last one to win the G1 as champion was 2000.
That's who was that in 2000?
Who was it?
Damn, I'm trying to remember.
They mentioned it.
I know Charlton mentioned it, but I forgot.
Yeah.
Shit. Damn it! Who the fuck? I forgot who won it as a champion. Damn, that's a good question. I forgot who was in 2000. But man, I'm excited for this, folks. I don't know if you guys are, man. Yeah. This by far has been the exciting tournament out of all. Like, don't get me wrong, all the tournaments has been really get us nutty here. But I think this is by far because we got new faces, new era. And this is going back to 2021 tournament style and seeing a new era here that is gonna pretty much determine the future for New Japan, for the stars. Who's going to be the future stars for the New Japan, for the product? Who's going to be up top as a mid-card, main card, even close to the mid-card? Mention names like Yota Tsuji. We got Ren Narita. We got Yuya. We got, Count Newman. We got, Oleg. We got him. We got, you still have David Finley, who's still part of that future. You still have him. You have Jeff Cobb as well, who's that future. They're all young in their prime. And Konosuke, I can see him being a part-timer. I don't see him being full-time since he's more full-time with Noah and AEW. I don't see him maybe coming to New Japan as much often. We got JD now.
DDT.
DDT. Yeah, DDT. There you go. My bad. The DDT and AEW. So we, seeing that, who knows? It's just, I really feel this tournament is really gonna give us an idea of who's gonna be the future for this product. Yeah. Because you mentioned earlier about Naito's on his way out, and which it should have been last year, in my opinion. I think it should have been, or I even said this should have been maybe his last year run, but I never thought he'll be in this tournament. I thought it would have been like, okay, maybe he's out of this tournament, but did not expect him to be in this tournament.
I'm hoping because they use this year as more like a bringing the young guns. I hope next year, because you only have one outsider in this tournament in Takeshita. Maybe next year you bring a couple of new outsiders in. Personally, I want to see Josh Alexander in this. I think his style would fit this perfectly, and then that would fit with TNA. Maybe get somebody from AEW to do it here. And then maybe get somebody from a CMLL or whichever one that they work with. I forget which.
I would
One-
see CMML. Yeah, CMML. Get someone
Yeah.
from CMML because they don't work with AAA. They work with
Yeah, that's
CML.
it. Yeah.
So unless I could get someone from CML, I wouldn't say Mystical. Maybe Hichusero. Maybe so. I mean, there's so much on this one they could do.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yes. I appreciate you, Papi. You're I know you're going to bed already because I know you're tired. But man, I get you. Man. Thank you. I appreciate you. But man, I mean, there's so much in this one they could do. Yeah, you're right. If they could do a really open those doors up more for international stars to come in this tournament, besides their homegrown talent, at least make it at least for the next year's tournament, like how I mentioned earlier, the ones that we can see on this current one right now, who's going to be the future ones, then have them need to wait for the following tournament alongside with other international stars.
How do you feel? Somebody in this tournament, I don't know if it was Naito or somebody, made the comment, or Shingo made the comment. How do you feel about this? The bottom two, or bottom two, or bottom three? No, bottom two. Let's go bottom two. The bottom two from each block have to go through the qualifier next year to get back in.
I agree with that. I think that's a great idea. I think that is a great idea. If they do it that way, like how they did it this year, I think that makes sense. I am so with that with Shingo. If like, fuck yeah, why not do it that way? Because it gives it more of a chance. You know, like it's odds better.
It adds more flavor because you look at like March Madness, they have to play in, and we've had teams that go through the play in and that's gone on to the Final Four. Like it adds that intrigue because it's like, oh, these guys have to do more. But then you can catch fire because of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I definitely agree with that. Man, yeah. But yeah, what Temple's saying, there's no leadership in the Empire anymore. They see each other as equals. So that's great.
They've always seen each other as equals. So that's kind of been the thing with that.
It's kind of like LIJ, the same thing. They've always been like even though Naito's the leader, technically, but they all see each other the same. Like how you mentioned. There's a lot of stars here that could be a part of this tournament, like the next following year, like Desperado, Doku, Hiromu. They should be a part of it. Oh my god, I think Hiromu.
Something. I don't know. Like they've been teasing something with Hiromu and Naito.
I'm with you on that. Something. Yes, I think there's going to be a battle between them,
especially on commentary.
Yeah, exactly. Let's say that. Yep, I am with you, especially on the commentary. That's so exciting, man. I'm fucking so stoked for this shit. Oh man. Well, there you have it, folks. We appreciate you all for tuning in here for the rebrand, the premiere of the Dojo debate here with your two hosts right here, host of Man of 1,000 Words, Dan Bakley, myself, of course, TV1IBC. But before we go, folks, don't forget, if you're new to this channel or listening, make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell. We'll be back here. Just stay tuned. You'll get announcements of when we'll go ahead and also including Tempo. Shout out to our boy, our bruv. Temple is also part of the show. He'll be joining us in the next one, and he will be reviewing night 4 through 7. We're going to be doing at least 3, depending how everybody's schedule is, 3 or 4 nights, to cover. That's for sure we're going to be doing. So stay tuned for that, for the announcements. He did it at DDT. He kind of took it off, so it's already there. Already, Temple. He took off the mask. I mean. Unless he decides to do that for sure when he comes back to from his injury, we'll see. But we appreciate you all for tuning in. But before we let you go, folks, I'm going to tell this man, the man of 1,000 words, right here, my hermano, my familia right here, this man who has been going Netty Mania is now the rebrand of a New Japan show, now called the Dojo Debate, folks. That's right. That's right. But let them know where can they follow you, where they can find you besides here, and let them know where they can see you, where they can follow you on social media, my brother.
You can find me on social media on X at CageIQ. You can find me on IG under the same handle as well, but more so Cage by IQ. Check out all the content on there. I'm always posting wrestling and MMA news on there for the people. Just giving to the people what they want. That's what I'm doing. Just giving the people what they want. So you can find me on there if you want to chat with me, talk G1 with me, Temple News. I'm always just talking to him in DM about his experience there in Japan. Love getting the little deeds from him. My DMs are open to just talk wrestling. So just hit me up on X at CageIQ, and of course, you can find me every Tuesday on the NXT Watch Along, and then on here on the brand new The Dojo Debate Show.
That is right, folks, because there'll be a lot of debates here in this dojo, because it's not only just New Japan. We'll be discussing also, anything events coming up for Noah, for DDT, for Stardom, for Marigold. So this is more exclusively for all of these shows, those brands here. We'll be discussing it and really discussing. And also we have Temple. The future. Tom, I hope you catch the replay. Yes, we appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate you. And subscribe to that man, the broadcast right there, because they provide you good shit, folks. That's why we love
such good gaming. They do good gaming over there. So give them no props.
Give them a follow, man. Broadcast, follow them. Yeah. They give you good shit. Also, check them out on Twitch as well and other social media platforms. Follow our Hermano de la Familia. But yes, we'll keep you updated of the next episode alongside with Tempo, where we discuss night 4 through 7, because we got night 4 coming up within the next 24 hours. And then we're going to have, then night 5 and 6 and 7. So we're going to cover all those right there, 4 to 7. So we're going to cover 4, 5, and 6 and 7. We might just add them all here, so we can do 4 instead of 3. Well, I was thinking about this, but we just might have all because there's less matches for those nights instead of being 9 and 10. Some of them are 5 or 6, like this one we saw.
I'm loving that format. I'm loving that 5-match format.
Absolutely,
just saying that.
That is right, folks. But until then, folks, we appreciate you all for tuning in here. We love you guys. Make sure I'll let Kenny make it. But you already know right here that the Dojo Debate, the Circle Debate Network, of course, the NXT Watch Along, the Raw talking with De Niro and Dom, with friends with benefits, and the Watch Along and the Circle Debate. That we'll be back here tomorrow. Circle Debate, episode 206. We'll be back here tomorrow with Pepsi Phil and the Redeemer Justin. We'll be discussing, of course, Dynamite, Blood and Guts, WWE, and more pro wrestling news. You got to tune in for that, folks. Do not forget that we'll be back. Yes, great show, guys. See you on the next. I can't wait, scumbag. You'll be part of the show for sure. The next one. But until then, folks, we know we don't do all of this podcasting, writing of music or MMA, anything coming soon. We'll bring back MMA shows soon. We gotta give us time. We have a lot of shows here in this content, a lot of content here in this network. But until then, folks, we fucking make history. So you already know, folks, enjoy wrestling. If it's not your cup of tea, then know someone else enjoy it. Till then, we bid you adieu. Bye. Goodbye. Good night.
Must bid you adieu. Goodbye. Mwah. And good night.